Under the warm glow of the California sun, beyond Calabasas' guarded gates, stands a home that redefines modern luxury, and at its heart, the woman who built an empire from family. This isn't just a mansion, it's the headquarters of Hollywood's most famous dynasty. Today, we step inside Kris Jenner's Calabasas estate, where elegance meets ambition, and every room tells the story of the ultimate matriarch in motion. Kris Jenner's story begins not in the glitter of Beverly Hills, but in the modest suburb of Claremont, California, where a sharp-eyed girl named Kristen Mary Houghton learned early that survival was a skill, and ambition was her inheritance. After her parents' turbulent divorce, she watched her mother rebuild life from scratch, a lesson that would define Kris's own approach to every challenge. If no door opens, build your own. In her early 20s, Kris worked as a flight attendant, gliding through clouds, quietly observing the world of luxury from the aisles of first class. She was fascinated by people of influence, the rhythm of power and polish. That perspective, from service to observation, would later fuel her ability to turn personalities into brands and families into empires. Then came 1978, the year she married Robert Kardashian, a respected attorney and businessman. With him, she entered Los Angeles' elite circles, where private tennis clubs and dinner parties sparked connections that would later become global headlines. But the glamour was short-lived. The marriage crumbled, and by 1991, Kris found herself divorced with 4 children and a reputation to rebuild. Yet, in that breaking point, she discovered something vital: control. She would no longer be just someone's wife. She would become the strategist behind the curtain. Her second act began with Bruce Jenner, the Olympic gold medalist whose glory days had faded into motivational speeches and endorsement deals. Kris saw potential, not nostalgia. She rebranded him, negotiated new contracts, and reintroduced his name to a generation that had almost forgotten. This wasn't just marriage, it was management, the earliest sketch of the empire she would one day command. But the real spark, the empire-defining moment, came in the early 2000s, when the entertainment world shifted toward voyeurism. Reality television was raw, unfiltered, and lucrative. Kris understood what others didn't. The everyday chaos of her family was not a liability. It was a story. In 2007, she met with producer Ryan Seacrest and pitched a show that would bring cameras into her home. The result was Keeping Up with the Kardashians, a name that would soon redefine pop culture itself. The series exploded beyond expectation. It wasn't just television, it was transformation. Each episode turned private moments into public fascination, heartbreak into headlines, business ventures into brands. Kris was no longer behind the scenes. She was the Momager, a term she coined and embodied, managing every deal, every photo shoot, every opportunity. Under her direction, her daughters became fashion icons, billionaires, and media titans. Kris's empire expanded beyond the screen. She built Jenner Communications, a management and branding powerhouse in Los Angeles, and orchestrated product empires with surgical precision. KKW Beauty with Kim Kardashian, Kylie Cosmetics with Kylie Jenner, and countless collaborations that blurred the line between celebrity and enterprise. Her leadership was equal parts maternal instinct and corporate instinct, a balance few could master. Even when ventures faltered, like her short-lived talk show Kris in 2013, she never paused. Each setback became fuel for the next reinvention, and as the original show neared its end, she pivoted seamlessly to Hulu's The Kardashians in 2022, proving that adaptability was her truest asset. Today, Kris Jenner stands as more than a reality star. She is the architect of modern fame, the woman who turned a family name into a dynasty and ordinary moments into multi-million-dollar narratives. Every mansion, Every business, every polished frame of her Calabasas life traces back to that singular gift she's carried since childhood. To see potential in chaos and build an empire from the everyday. After building an empire that reshaped modern fame, Kris Jenner now resides in a space that mirrors her power and precision, a home as iconic as the woman herself. Her Calabasas mansion isn't just a residence, it's a reflection of her legacy. Elegant, commanding, and meticulously designed, just like every chapter of her life. Calabasas Mansion, the matriarch's modern masterpiece. In Calabasas, where sunlight glides across glass and marble, stands a home that embodies both elegance and control. The essence of Kris Jenner herself. Her 6,300-square-foot mansion feels less like a residence and more like a living portrait of her legacy. Calm, curated, and commanding. Every line of its architecture, every reflection in its tall, black-framed windows, mirrors the precision with which she's built her empire. Set on one of Calabasas's most coveted lots, the estate radiates privacy, warmth, and the quiet power of a woman who turned her name into a brand and her life into a blueprint of success. Through a minimalist white facade and a grand stairway framed by manicured hedges, the home reveals itself like a statement piece. Confident, sculpted, and timeless. Black-framed French doors open into a luminous courtyard, anchored by a linear water fountain that glows softly at dusk. Each side of the courtyard mirrors symmetry and calm, setting the tone for the precision inside. This is the prelude to Kris Jenner's world. Structured beauty with emotional rhythm. Step inside and light immediately takes command. The grand foyer soars upward, crowned by a constellation of pendant lights suspended over floating glass-railed stairs. The palette, crisp whites, brushed bronze, and warm oak, lets the architecture breathe. Ahead, the formal sitting room feels like a modern gallery. Cathedral ceilings, a geometric chandelier, and a slate-gray fireplace framed by towering windows that bring the garden right into the room. It's a space designed for conversation, elegance, and quiet power. Just beyond, the main living room opens into a seamless indoor-outdoor expanse. A plush sectional stretches toward a built-in fireplace and television wall, while sliding glass walls retract completely, revealing the alfresco lounge beyond. Here, luxury and leisure coexist, a place where family gatherings, business calls, and champagne evenings often overlap. The heart of the home is a culinary sculpture, the chef's kitchen. Clad in glossy chocolate cabinetry and quartz countertops, it's fitted with state-of-the-art Mealy appliances and a vast center island that doubles as a breakfast bar. Every line is clean, every handle deliberate. Adjacent lies the dining area, where a black oak table sits beneath angular bronze chandeliers, Kris's preferred spot for Sunday brunches and strategy talks alike. The entire space opens to the garden, blurring the line between indoor comfort and outdoor serenity. Upstairs, the primary bedroom feels like a retreat in the clouds. Soft light filters through a trio of windows overlooking the hills of Calabasas. The palette is sensual yet composed. Black accent walls, sand-toned wood floors, and tailored neutrals. A white bench rests at the foot of the bed, a quiet nod to Kris's love of symmetry. Her bathroom, a private spa sanctuary, commands cinematic beauty. A freestanding tub sits centered before panoramic windows, marble wrapping every surface in quiet opulence. Dual vanities stretch across both sides, each a mirror of the other, while ambient lighting reflects off polished stone. It's not just a bathroom. It's the stage where the matriarch prepares for the world each day. Step outside and the world opens up. The backyard unfolds like a private resort. An infinity-edge pool reflecting the sky, a cascading spa, and a Baja shelf perfect for sun lounging. A covered casita equipped with a fireplace and outdoor television extends the entertainment area, creating an atmosphere both intimate and grand. This is where Kris hosts her famed holiday parties, where laughter, champagne, and soft jazz drift under the California stars. From the manicured lawns to the newly tiled hardscape and water features, every detail whispers of refinement and control. Even the breeze feels curated here. Kris Jenner's Calabasas mansion isn't just architecture, it's autobiography. Every window frame, every marble vein, every reflection in the glass tells the story of a woman who turned family into fortune and vision into lifestyle. This isn't just where she lives, it's where the empire breathes. From the calm elegance of her Calabasas home to the smooth hum of her garage, Kris Jenner's world moves with precision, power in style, luxury in motion. Her car collection mirrors her life, refined, purposeful, and unmistakably in control. Car collection. Few cars embody Kris Jenner's presence like the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, an SUV that redefines quiet power. Beneath the sleek Spirit of Ecstasy hood is a V12 engine, capable of accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just over 5 seconds. Kris chose it for its commanding elegance, the way it turns the Calabasas hills into her personal red carpet. The first time she drove it, she was with Kim, heading to a family shoot, the car's interior whispering luxury with its starlit ceiling and bespoke white leather. Valued at around $400,000, it's more than just a car. It's a symbol of her power and status. Then there's the Ferrari California, her moment of rebellion in crimson. It's the car she takes out when she wants to feel the pulse of youth and freedom again. Kris first drove it along the Pacific Coast Highway, wind in her hair, music loud, Corey Gamble in the passenger seat smiling at the woman who never slows down. At nearly $250,000, it's a piece of Italian art that mirrors her own evolution. Classic, confident, unafraid of attention. Her Bentley Continental GTC brings another side of her story, one of refinement and grace. It blends British craftsmanship with American glamour. Kris often arrives at Sunday brunches or luxury charity galas behind its polished wood steering wheel, the cabin scented with new leather and fresh roses from her garden. At about $280,000, the Bentley is her nod to old Hollywood luxury, timeless, understated, and deeply personal. For days when she wants power with an edge, Kris turns to her Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG in black. With its 577-horsepower twin-turbo 5.8, this boxy beast can surge from 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, faster than some sports cars. She loves the way it commands respect without saying a word, often using it for business meetings or security-heavy events. Parked under her marble carport beside its twin, the black G-Wagon is the armor that matches her empire's steel. The Range Rover is her comfort zone, the California mother's favorite. It's the SUV that carried years of family chaos, laughter, and phone calls that built an empire. It's practical yet plush, perfect for moving between shoots, stores, and soirees. Priced near $140,000, it remains the most everyday of her fleet, the car that's seen both boardroom calls and spontaneous family road trips. And finally, the Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG in white, a mirror image of its darker twin, but used for lighter moods. Lunches in Malibu, shopping runs with daughters, moments when power meets playfulness. The white G-Wagon gleams like a pearl against the California sun, its performance identical to the black one, its personality softer, but no less commanding. Together, these cars aren't just machines. They are chapters of Kris Jenner's life in motion. Every ignition marks another day in a life where luxury isn't a statement. It's the rhythm of existence. Each vehicle in her garage reflects the empire she built with precision and purpose. Now, let's look beyond the luxury and see the real numbers behind her fortune. Income and net worth: $40 million. That's what Kris Jenner earns in a single year. Not from a single show or contract, but from an empire that carries her last name. Her fortune, now estimated at over $200 million, was not inherited. It was engineered. Every dollar, every deal, every brand tie-in began with one principle she built her empire on. The family is the brand. Her largest paydays came from television. When Keeping Up with the Kardashians launched in 2007, few could imagine it would turn a middle-class family into billion-dollar business figures. As executive producer and on-screen matriarch, Kris negotiated salaries for all 6 of her children and took her signature 10% Momager fee. When the family inked a historic $150 million deal with E! Entertainment Television in 2017, Kris's cut made her one of the highest-paid managers in Hollywood. And when the family moved to Hulu with the Kardashians, the reported $100 million contract only reinforced her unmatched negotiating power. Her next big payday came through Kylie Jenner's cosmetics empire. In 2020, when Kylie sold 51% of Kylie Cosmetics to Coty for $600 million, Kris quietly collected an estimated $30 million from her ownership stake and management fees. It was a moment that confirmed her vision, not just raising daughters, but building business empires in their names. Beyond the cameras and boardrooms, Kris turned her own likeness into a brand. From luxury endorsements and magazine covers to her lifestyle partnerships with brands like Fendi, she earns millions annually simply by living her image, polished, powerful, and perpetually visible. Her social media presence alone drives 6-figure sponsorships per post, a digital reflection of the control she's built over modern celebrity marketing. Her business acumen also extends to real estate. From her $20 million Hidden Hills estate to the $15 million Calabasas property she built and later sold to daughter Khloe, Kris treats houses like chess pieces, investments that reflect status, strategy, and timing. Each property, each remodel has turned profit, reinforcing her reputation as not only a TV mogul, but a real estate strategist with taste and timing. Kris Jenner's fortune isn't accidental. It's the result of a lifetime spent mastering the economy of image. Every contract signed, every camera angle approved, every brand launched carries her fingerprint, the quiet precision of a woman who turned fame itself into her most valuable asset. Built on power and purpose, Kris Jenner's influence extends beyond business. Her success fuels generosity, supporting causes tied to family, health, and opportunity, proving that true legacy isn't just built, it's shared. Philanthropy. To bring structure and transparency to her giving, Kris founded the Kardashian-Jenner Family Foundation, a registered 501c3 nonprofit. In 2023, the foundation reported total expenses of $22,107 and donated $20,000 directly to the California Community Church, supporting educational and social programs across Los Angeles. While the numbers may seem modest compared to her celebrity empire, Kris has always cared more about precision than grandeur. She wanted every dollar to reach the right hands, every action to leave a real mark. One of her most heartfelt commitments has been to the Watts Empowerment Center, operated by the nonprofit Red Eye in partnership with the Housing Authority of Los Angeles. The center's mission: to create a safe, creative space for underprivileged youth in the Watts neighborhood. The goal was to raise $500,000, and Kris, alongside her family, helped generate over $100,000 through donations and awareness campaigns. At the grand opening, a 14-year-old girl named Letitia shared how the center had given her a place to learn music and dream again. Kris listened to her story, eyes glistening. That was the kind of success she valued most. When the pandemic struck in 2020, Kris turned her attention to families hit hardest by crisis. Partnering with Ronald McDonald House Charities, she and her daughters raised over $3 million to provide housing and meals for families with hospitalized children. One letter from the organization told of a couple who had lost their jobs while caring for their 6-year-old son with cancer. Thanks to the donation, they were given a clean room, hot meals, and peace of mind. Beyond major campaigns, Kris continues to support Children's Hospital Los Angeles, the Elton John AIDS Foundation, and the Humane Society, among others. Her style of giving is understated, often done privately without fanfare or cameras. For Kris, the value of kindness isn't in how it looks, but in how it changes someone's day. In a world where fame often shines brighter than compassion, Kris chooses a different kind of spotlight, one that illuminates others. And perhaps that is her truest legacy. Power, when guided by empathy, becomes grace. From her charity work to her personal life, Kris Jenner maintains balance between work, family, and the values she holds dear. Personal life. At 69, Kris Jenner remains the steady center of her family's whirlwind. Each morning in her Calabasas mansion starts with messages to her children and 14 grandchildren, the heart of her life. Her longtime partner, Corey Gamble, has been her anchor for over a decade, sharing workouts, family trips, and elegant escapes across Europe. Calm and grounded, he balances her fast-moving world with quiet strength. In recent months, Kris Jenner has embraced change not to reinvent herself, but to keep evolving. Earlier this year, she shocked fans with a platinum blonde bob by stylist Chris Appleton before returning to her iconic black pixie cut, a symbol of her poise and control. She also opened up about a subtle facelift by Dr. Stephen Levine, calling him her secret password surgeon. For Kris, maintaining her look isn't vanity, it's part of her power. Despite her age, Kris shows no signs of slowing down. She recently starred in her first-ever MAC Cosmetics campaign, marking a new phase in which she's stepping out from behind the Momager label and embracing her own spotlight. She's also continuing her producer role, overseeing the upcoming legal drama All's Fair, starring Kim Kardashian, set to premiere in 2025. Between meetings, Kris maintains a daily wellness routine that includes early workouts, green juices, and time in her garden, moments she says help her reset before the chaos. Family remains the heartbeat of her day. She often hosts small gatherings at home, sushi nights with Kylie, movie evenings with Chloe, or simply FaceTiming her grandkids. On social media, she keeps her humor sharp and her charm effortless, recently joking that she confused Kendall and Courtney when choosing her phone's lock screen. Her sense of fun, warmth, and self-awareness keeps her relatable, even as her life sparkles with opulence. That's the essence of Kris Jenner's present life, a woman who has turned control into art, who continues to lead with elegance and humor, and who, even after building an empire, still finds joy in the simplest things: her family, her home, and the next big idea waiting around the corner. Kris Jenner stands as the architect of modern fame, a woman who turned family into a global enterprise and her own name into a legacy of power, precision, and vision. Every mansion, every contract, every quiet decision behind the camera reflects a lifetime of control and reinvention. If you've ever wondered how far discipline, intuition, and unshakable belief can take someone, Kris Jenner is your answer. Subscribe for more untold stories of power, luxury, and legacy, where ambition meets artistry, and icons like Kris Jenner show us how it's truly done.